Hey, Judge Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. You see how I'm here at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back to July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road, doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
All right, y'all, buckle up because this one's wild. So, you know Judge Mathis, right? Well, his wife just slammed him for cheating, and get this, he's already moved in with a mistress. Yeah, you heard that right. The tea is piping hot, and we're about to spill all the details. Let's dive in. So, get this, Judge Greg Mathis and his wife Linda are calling it quits after 39 years of marriage. Now, don't get us wrong, we're all well accustomed to Hollywood divorces, right? They're as common as a cold, but this one hits different. I mean, how does a couple stick it out for 39 years and then decide to throw in the towel? Something major must have gone down, right? Maybe years of tension finally hit the boiling point, or maybe something so big happened that there was just no turning back. Whatever it is, the tea is hot and we've got the scoop for you. Rumors are already flying, and trust me, they're spicy. Word on the street, Linda got fed up with all the cheating, but their kids, they're saying it's deeper than that. They're furious with their dad, feeling totally betrayed, and are definitely siding with Linda in everything. Let's rewind a bit because this split is seriously throwing everyone off. I mean, they seemed super tight just last year in 2022. The Mathis fam even let us into their world with their reality TV show, Mathis Family Matters. It was a whole vibe, and Judge Mathis was all about family. He was out here saying that his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was cool and all, but his real MVP was his family. He couldn't stop talking about how Linda was the one holding it all together, letting him work those crazy hours, and how her support was his secret sauce to success. Fast forward to the start of 2024, and they were living their best life. They were spotted all cozy in Cabo, serving up some serious couple goals. Then, just a few weeks later, they were out at an influencer brunch, looking solid as ever. They even did an interview with Baller Alert talking about whether their show would come back and dropping gems on how they kept their bond so tight. And now, this? So, Mathis used to go on and on about how picture perfect his family was, like they never argued, not even once. Linda was right there with him, saying black families are all about love and unity, not that drama or infighting. But fast forward a few weeks and we got divorce papers hitting the table. Linda marked July 17th as the official split date, citing irreconcilable differences. Now, if you're like most, you're probably thinking, irreconcilable differences after 39 years? How does that even work? You'd think that after almost 4 decades, they'd have figured things out by now, but apparently, there was something Linda just couldn't let go of. If you want to be that person and look for the good and the bad, you can play the card of, oh well, at least they won't have a messy custody battle since all their kids are grown and they're even grandparents now. But don't think Linda's walking away empty-handed. She's asking for spousal support and making sure the court blocks Judge Mathis from getting a dime of it from her. That's a power move if I've ever seen one. We're still in the dark about whether there's a prenup, so we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But honestly, this whole thing has everyone shook, especially since Judge Mathis has always been super vocal about how much he loves Linda.
During COVID, we decided to have my parents live with us.
I tell people regularly that I eternally appreciate y'all took a chance on the hoodlum.
I was a little leery.
My mother told me, y'all got Linda going up to that college, and she ain't messing with nothing but a crook.
Over the years, he's been all about how she helped him manage their money and get his life together when they first met. So for Linda to bounce after 39 years, people are seriously wondering what went wrong. But it's not just about the money. Being married to a public figure is no walk in the park. Imagine having your relationship under a microscope all the time. Every little move, every argument could turn into the next big gossip headline. That's a lot of pressure for anyone to handle. So what caused this marriage to crash and burn? Let's just say Judge Mathis might not be as squeaky clean as he wants wants us to believe, there's some dirt out there that tells a different story. For instance, back in 2019, there was an incident where cops were called to investigate Mathis allegedly spitting on a parking valet. Yep, you heard that right. Apparently, he got mad over some car keys and spat on the guy. Not exactly a good look. Word around town is that Judge Mathis is a bit, shall we say, financially conservative. And by that, I mean he's the type who pulls out a stack of coupons at dinner and then whips out a calculator to make sure his tip is down to the last cent. Forget about him picking up the tab. If you're dining with him, you're on your own. And this is the same Greg Mathis who's reportedly sitting on a cool $15 million and rakes in $5 million a year from his court show. But despite all that cash, he's not exactly winning any popularity contests, especially at his favorite spot, Buca di Beppo in Encino, California, or anywhere else for that matter. An insider told the National Enquirer that when Judge Mathis dines with friends, he never pays for their meals. When the bill comes, he breaks out his calculator and figures out his exact share down to the penny. And just last year, there was another incident where an employee from the LA Department of Water and Power accused Mathis of threatening workers with a bang bang after a heated confrontation. Apparently, Mathis got into it with the workers after they asked him to move his vehicle. Things escalated and Mathis allegedly flashed and pointed it at the workers. But when asked about it, Mathis had a totally different story. He said the employees were blocking his driveway, and when he tried to get them to move, one of them got smart with him, threatening to run him over with their work truck. Mathis claims he never pulled out anything, let alone pointed it at anyone. But if this is how he acts in public, imagine what might have been happening behind closed doors. Remember how Judge Mathis always preached about morals on his show? Well, word on the street is, he might not have been living up to his own standards. Yep, you heard that right. There's some major dirt floating around about the TV judge himself. Turns out, there might be more to why Linda finally called it quits after 39 years, and it's not just about those long work hours or feeling neglected. Nope, we're talking about the big C, cheating. Judge Mathis, the guy who's always telling folks to do the right thing, might have been stepping out on his wife. Y'all remember when Wendy Williams hinted that Judge Mathis might have been cheating on Linda? Things got messy when Mathis went on Wendy's show, and she straight up asked him about rumors that he'd been caught in a motel room with a crackhead and a woman who wasn't his wife. Now, that might have just been Wendy stirring the pot, but Mathis didn't take it lightly. He went off on her, and it was a whole scene. Apparently, there was even a woman who claimed Mathis not only slept with her while he was high, but also asked if she could sleep with his wife, Linda. She said she got pregnant by him, but Mathis swore he didn't know her and had never heard of her, and that she was probably paid to tell that story. All these rumors have definitely got people talking, especially since Mathis always seemed a little too eager to check out the evidence when a pretty woman was suiting on his show. Some folks are saying he definitely has a wandering eye, and if he popped off on Wendy like that, maybe there's some truth to the infidelity rumors. But here's where things get interesting. Some sources are saying the divorce isn't about anything scandalous. Instead, it's because Judge Mathis has been working too much and neglecting their relationship. The guy runs a series of charities and has a production company that keeps him working 70 to 80 hours a week. Apparently, Judge Mathis promised Linda that he'd slow down so they could travel the world together and enjoy the rest of their lives, but he's not ready to pump the brakes anytime soon. The insider said that life's too short, and if Judge Mathis wants to keep running around the country working, he can do that, but Linda's not willing to sacrifice anymore. The insider also mentioned that Judge Mathis has one last chance to save his marriage. If he agrees to slow down and start valuing his wife, she might take him back. But honestly, it's hard to tell if it's really the work schedule that caused the rift. We've been focused on Judge Mathis and Linda, but what about their kids? Jade, Kamara, Greg Jr., and Amir have kept quiet until now, but rumor has it they're ready to spill some serious tea on their parents' split. Could we be looking at a family divided with sides being taken? Now that mom and dad are splitting, the kids might finally reveal what was really going on behind the scenes. With the Mathis kids all working in different fields, they've probably got some unique insights into this whole situation. Jade and Kamara, being lawyers, might be looking at the legal side of things. Greg Jr., with his political background, could be worried about how this affects their public image, and Amir, well, he might be thinking about how this would play out on TV. But for now, they're keeping things within the family, leaving fans to speculate and cook up their own theories about what really went down. Some believe Linda grew tired of Judge Mathis being home all the time, getting under her skin and not raking in the big bucks like he used to. Of course, there's also the possibility that the issues might not all lie with Judge Mathis. Linda could have her own reasons for wanting out. In any case, Mathis gave his explanation recently with TMZ, and he kept it a buck. People rock with that, and they think he's doing the right thing. According to him, they are still under the same roof, and he's trying to make her stay and change her mind. People like that Mathis was honest and took the time to answer as much as he could. He was a real one for answering his questions. Kept it a buck. He didn't have to respond, but he was polite, honest, and mature in his response. He gave some real advice. Don't neglect your wife. So, what do you think? Was it infidelity? Or Judge Mathis just working too much? Or maybe not working enough? Could it be that Linda just wanted a fresh start?